Hello everybody, welcome back to class. First thing I want to do today is have Mr. Cameraman pan across slowly on these assignments so you guys can see what the completed work looks like for what we've done so far and the new project for today. You'll be able to check your answers and look at what we've done so far. And on this last one, where it says Go Tigers, you guys will be able to do a screenshot of that with your phone, and then you'll have the directions with you if you haven't got them on your email yet, or if they didn't come through or something like that. I'm not sure. Nobody mentioned to me that there was a problem. But anyways, what we're going to do today is start on our third lesson, which is a little drawing that's made through measurement and lines. Now, you're not going to do a work of art, all right? But you should be able to tell what it is by the time you're done. So we'll go ahead and get started. And the first thing we need to do is make a rectangle 7 1/4 by 10 inches long. There's only one way for it to go on the paper, so don't ask me which direction it should go in, all right? Now the easiest way I think for that is to take your ruler and lay it across the top edge of your paper, approximately a 1/2 inch down from the top edge. And then on the left side of your ruler, let it be in about a 1/2 inch from the left edge of your paper. Then draw a line from the 0 point on your, I'm going to do this with pen for the rectangle. Draw a line from the 0 point on your ruler over to 10. And then all you've got to do is take your ruler, go to the farthest edge of that line on the right side, and keep the edge of your ruler parallel with the edge of your paper. Set your ruler on the 0 point and measure down to 7 1/4. Remember, it's easy to find the 7, and the 1/4 is just 4 marks past the 7. If you look at your little paper inch, I think we panned a picture of it earlier. If you look at this, so you'd be going to the 7 on your ruler, and then 4 marks past the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, go up, that's 7 1/4. So we've got that at 7 1/4, gonna flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to set the bottom of my ruler, or actually I'm going to set my ruler on the bottom line, right there on the end of it at 7 1/4. I'm going to try to keep my ruler edge parallel to the edge of my paper, set it on 7 1/4, and I'm going to go up from there to the 0 point. That gives me a bottom line that's 10 inches and then 2 sides that are 7 1/4. Then all I have to do is take my ruler, go to each end of the 7 1/4 inch line, connect those points, and finish the last line for my rectangle. So you end up with a rectangle just like that. Now, the important thing after that is that we label these corners correctly. If you notice on the first one I showed you and the one we panned over when we started class, you can see the A, B, C, and D. If you don't get those in the right order, your drawing won't turn out. You'll end up with lines going all crazy everywhere. So we'll set the paper long ways just like that. And the top left-hand corner will be A. The top right-hand corner will be B. The bottom left corner will be C. And the bottom right corner is D. Now, for the directions, I'm going to go ahead and look at these. I'm going to do a few of the steps before I turn it over to you guys. And again, if you have any questions, hit me up with an email. Show me pictures of what you have if you get stumped, or if you find yourself with the drawing not turning out correctly, so that I can see what you're doing, and that way I might be able to give you a pointer as to where you went wrong or what measurement was incorrect. So, take our directions. We'll go to number 1. Number 1 says point E is on line AB, 1 3/4 from point A. So I'll find my point A, or my line AB. I'll find my point A, set my ruler on it at the 0 point. If your ruler has a 0 point, make sure you start the right place, and it says 1 3/4. So I go to the 1 and then to 3/4. Remember, 3/4 is 12 marks past the 1. I'll make a little tick or a little hash mark, and then I'll label that with the letter E. So essentially this is all I have right here. Okay, from there I can check that one off and go to number 2. Number 2 is point F, and it's on line CD. So I go to the bottom between the C and D, that's line CD, and it says point F is 3 3/4 from point C. So I'll put my ruler down on the 0 mark, go to 3, and then 3/4, which again is just 12 marks past the 3, and I'll label that F. Then the directions say that I should connect points F and E. I'm going to switch up right now and use my pencil. I should have started that way with points E and F, but I usually like to do these in pencil in case I make a mistake. Then it's a whole lot easier to erase in pencil than start all over again using pen. When I get it all done and I know that it's correct, then I'll go ahead and do my lines with pen, just so it shows up clearer, and when I do the video and show you what the drawing's supposed to turn out like. Moving right along, number 3, we're going to make point G. This is a lot like, if you guys remember when you were in grade school, when you did point-to-point drawings and you had to find 1 and 2 and all that, and then connect the numbers, and then you ended up with a drawing. That's kind of the way this is, but you have to make the points also. So G is on line FE, and line FE is the one that we just made when we connected points E and F. So it says G is on line FE 4 3/4 from point F. So we'll go to point F, place our ruler on the 0 mark, measure up the line FE to 4 3/4. That's 4, and then just 12 marks past 4, make a little point, and we'll label that one G. I try to make my points kind of faint, my lines maybe a little stronger in terms of how well they show up. So far, we've got our line connected, we've got point G. Okay, took that one off, go to number 4. And 4 is point H, and point H is on line CD, so we'll go to the bottom to line CD, and it says it's 1 1/2 inches from C. So I'll put my 0 point on my ruler on C, measure over 1, and then 8 little marks for 1 1/2, and I'll label that H. And moving right along to number 5, it says point A is on line BD. BD is the line here on the left. And I'm measuring, this is point I, I'm measuring on line BD 1 inch from B. Okay, so I'll go up to B, excuse me, put my 0 mark on the corner of B. I'll measure down 1 inch, and I'll label that one I. And then on number 5, it tells me after I do that to connect points G and I. So I'll find G was on line FE, and I'll go over to I, connect my 2 points, and then just draw a line between those 2 points. From there I go to number 6, and this is point J, and J is on line BD, same line, and point J is 2 inches from B. So I'll put my ruler up to point B on the 0, I'll measure down 2 inches, I'll label that one with a J, and I don't see anything I have to connect, so I'll move on to 7. And 7 is point K, and it's on line CD, which remember is here on the bottom. And it says that K is 2 inches from point C on line CD. So I'll put my ruler down on the 0. I'll measure over 2 inches from the C. It's kind of checking as I go along to make sure that I've followed the directions correctly. I hate to get these things done and then find out I made one line wrong, and then it messes up the whole drawing. So you want to be a little careful as you go along. Okay, point K, I'll go ahead and label that. Looks good. And then on step 7, it tells me to connect point K and point J. J was on line BC, or BD, excuse me, BD. K is on line CD. So I'll place my ruler on those 2 points and draw a line from those 2 points, making line JK. Now, I'll do one more step on these directions, and then I'm going to leave it up to you guys to go ahead and finish the drawing. And then when the drawing's finished, you should be able to tell me what it is. And then once you figure out what it is, I'm gonna show you a picture of mine, but I'm gonna let you do it first before I show you a picture of mine. Okay, so I'll probably post the picture maybe a little bit later today. Okay, so we're on step 8, and that's point L, and it's on line KJ. Remember, line KJ is the one we just made. So I'll place my ruler at the 0 point on K, and 4.5 from K, so 4, and then 8 little marks past the 4, and that is point L. Now, it says connect points L and E. Okay, so I'll go up to line AB where E is, put my ruler on that, and then down to L, which is the point I just made. And I'll draw a line from those 2 points. And then it also says to connect points F and L. All right, F was on line CD, and L is close to the middle of line JK. So I'll go ahead and connect those 2 points, and then draw a line from L down to F. And so far, this is what we should have. Not really any idea of what it is yet, but it'll become clearer as we go along. So I'm going to break off there on number 8 and let you guys go through this and finish it. If you have any questions, I'm here. Hit me up with an email and I'll get right back to you. Have a great day. Remember, read in the morning, okay, and exercise. All right, we'll see you. Bye.